just want to let everybody know that it's on. You know, a lot of things that's prophesied is happening now. But if you're not studying, you're not up on what the scripture says. You're just going by what the world says. It's like you see a lot of people out there in the streets of St. Louis, you know, rioting, going through what they're going through, because that's basically all they. What else do they know to do? But we got to come back to the Most High. In the Mashiach Yahushua, that's our salvation. We're not going to reach salvation by marching and rioting as the world is seeing at this moment. We're going to see salvation with the power of the Most High. Because it don't make no sense they out there doing what they're doing and they're not in touch with the Most High. So, hallelujah for all those that eyes and ears are being woken up, and especially hallelujah to those that are applying this truth in their life and not just going through the motions of saying you're a Hebrew Israelite, but when the book is closed, as the Spirit gave me, when the book is closed, now you all acting like, you know, you don't even know what time it is because of your lack of applying this truth in your life. What's the word on you? That's, I mean, a good name is better than a man that builds a great city. Good name means a lot. You better hear me when I say this. A good name means a whole lot. So we as the children of Israel, we have opportunity to succeed during all the things that's getting ready to go down. If you believe. And if you're doing the proper steps, as the Most High has told us to do, to make it during these trying times. Colossians 3:17, whatsoever you do, in word or deed, whatever you say, whatever you do all by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. So that's how I'm going to roll. Now hopefully you'll see the importance of applying this in your life and not just saying it, but you know, a lot of people now it can become just like a saying, you know. But whatever we do, we gotta do it to the glory of the Most High. And it tells us that in 1 Corinthians 10 and 31. 1 Corinthians 10:31. Whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever ye do, do all to the glory of the Most High. That's what it's all about. So I give glory to the Most High. Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's who I represent. And hopefully that's who you represent and learn to represent, because without him we could do nothing. You're allowing all this to go down just the way it is. And you have those that are that's coming in, you know, like I said, you know, it's sad when you know so many that have come in, and some of you the same way, probably. Not really putting enough into it to expect what you're going, but you expect a lot out of it, but you don't put anything into it. I always say, if you go to your job and you work 4 hours, you want 8 hours a day. You think you're gonna get paid 8 hours? Pretty soon you're gonna be told, here's your walking papers. Right? I mean, it just makes sense. But yet still, if you don't put nothing into this, you can't get anything out of it. You can't get anything out of something that you don't put time into. That's whatever it is. You put love into the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, the Spirit, and our people, children of Israel, you're going to get love from the Most High. He's going to love you. He's going to bring his Spirit into you to bless you. But if you don't want to get the time, you have time for everything else but him. Why should he come and deal with you and be there for you? That's why some of you are blind. Some of our people, not necessarily you that's online per se, but because this goes out to everyone. But there's some of you that's online are blind. Why I say that? Because Isaiah 8 and 20. If the shoe fit, wear it. But I gotta bring it out because it's very important. But we're getting close. You don't know how close we are, but we're getting close. And what you gonna do when it comes for you? Isaiah 8 and 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there's no light in them. So if you're not speaking according to the word of the Bible, you're walking in darkness. Ain't no light in you. How you gonna say you walking with the light and you do not speak the word, this Bible? Nothing about the Bible. So how you walking in light? You're walking in darkness. Look at what he told us before he said this. And these are the things that I look at when I look at people that's not spiritual, that don't read the Bible, don't study, don't ever talk about things spiritual. So how you really about the light? Once the book is closed, now you go back to the world. You just straight worldly. Well, sure, you hear now, it's a Sabbath, you're listening now. But how much do you put in to really see salvation? Really think you deserve salvation? Most I need to send a Mashiach Abishai back here to save you. This is what he said in verse 19. And when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep, and that mutter, should not a people seek unto their power? Seek unto the Most High instead of seeking after these wizards, psychic friends and so forth, palm readers, wizards and so forth? For the living to the dead? I mean, you got people that, that's what most of us say we ain't supposed to, like they tattooing dead people on their arms and so forth. That's wrong. That's what he said don't do. The things that we're doing now is the things that he's told us in the law not to do. So they're not in the light. We got to prove that light is the law of the Most High. I say that because I was seeing something, I was looking at something as I was turning on my internet today about one of the Lakers players saying that he's not tattooing his right arm, some kind of spiritual awareness of some madness. It's just stupid. I mean, really. Because you're not supposed to do it, period. Listen, Proverbs 6 and 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. So, that's why I say to the law and to the testament, if they speak not according to this word, it's because there's no light in them. The law's not in them. But yet still, people think they're righteous, they think they're rolling the right way, but if you don't speak according to the word of the Most High, then you're walking in darkness. And that's where the world is in. This world is in gross darkness. Isaiah 60 and 2. And you really Edomanize, regardless of how you look at yourself. It says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, Isaiah 60 and 2. And gross darkness, gross ignorance, the people. I mean, the people are going to be walking around stupid as ever. Stupid and ignorant. Ignorant means not knowing. But the Most High shall shine unto thee. He's going to shine upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. But not to everyone. Only the ones that it has this light. Because you have the light on, you turn it off, and you're in darkness. That's what he's telling you. It's real simple, people. It ain't hard to understand. But that's our people. They wanna be something that they're not. And the Most High got a giant fire. that's blazing. Because he's a consuming fire. He got a giant, beyond our imagination fire that's ready to burn people up. It's ready to burn people up. Where you gonna be at? Where you gonna be at if you're not really, prepared for what's ready to go down? I don't know what to tell you. So you better be ready. Look, I'm gonna give you Malachi the 4th chapter, the 1st verse. It says, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven." The day is coming that's gonna burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly, those are those that don't have the light, those that don't speak the word of the Most High, those that's not trying to follow the laws of the Most High, finding out what's right and doing what's right. Those are the wicked. And all that do wickedly shall be stubble. You know what stubble is? Like dried up weeds, dried up tumbleweeds. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, said the Most High of hosts, of armies, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Ain't no will be no sign of that you even existed. No lineage. That's what I'm telling you. You gotta hear this. You gotta hear this. So, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. You're gonna be blessed to be the righteous of the Most High. And you're going to be able to be healed. But we need a great healing because we're really in a bad shape. We're really in bad shape. But we need healing under our wings. We got to be under the wings of the Most High. In the Mashiach Yahushua. To be blessed during this time to come when he start to bring this judgment on the earth. It's coming. You're going to get 2/3 of our people. Because they're not going to ever listen to the truth. They're not going to ever come back to the light. The laws of the Most High. And those that's dealing with the laws of the Most High, you're going to really get them because when the book is closed and then you do wickedly, you're going to burn you up as stubble, it says. It says, but those that fear his name shall the Son of Righteousness, the wisdom of the Son represents the wisdom of righteousness, arise with healing in his wings. He's going to rise with healing in his wings to cover us up, that we may be able to withstand everything that's going to put upon us, this wicked man. But those that don't want to do right, then what is your fate? What is your fate? This ain't nothing to play with. Nothing to play with. That's why it says, verse 3, and ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, said the Most High of hosts. You realize what he said? You got to understand what he's saying here. Verse 1. Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up. Who said it? Said the Most High power of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch, no lineage, period. You're going to burn them up. Those that are proud and wicked, they're going to be as stubble. You're going to burn them up. That's why he come back and say in verse 3, and ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes. Once you burn up, the ashes are going to be on the ground. They shall be ashes under the soles of your feet. You're going to be walking on their dead bodies that's going to be burnt to ashes. And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I, the Most High, and the Mashiach Yahushua, shall do this, said the Most High power of hosts. That's what he's telling us. And that's where we want to be at. We don't want to be on the ground as ashes. I hope you don't. But it's going to be a whole lot of people that's going to be on the ground as ashes because they don't take this serious. So let's go into it. Look at 2 Peter's. 2 Peter's, the 1st chapter and the 9th verse. Say, but he that lacketh these things is blind. You don't have this light, you're blind. And cannot see afar off. You can't see afar off. You can't even see into the future because you don't know the prophecies. And have forgotten that he was purged from his old sins. Especially you that have, it's talking to those that have been called into knowing the truth, and you have made that change, but you've forgotten that you were purged from your old sins. So Mashiach Yahushua, his blood was shed so that we could be forgiven for our sins. We could become a new man, a new woman, a new creature, be born again through the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of learning, living, and applying this word in our life. That's what it's all about, people. This ain't no hangout. I say it all the time. It's going to get real serious. It's going to get really serious. It's getting serious. When you look at how our people are being just gunned down, men and women, it's not just the men. I seen a little girl being maced by a cop. She was about this big, being maced by a cop with a mother there and a sister. First Peter 1 and 13. It says, wherefore gird up the loins of your mind. Be sober. Be focused. You got to be looking around. You got to really be focused at these days and times, man, because there's a lot of wicked people that's out there, and they smile, style, and profile like everything's cool, but they're wicked. And you are gullible if you're not in the spirit to recognize certain things and to question what's going on. That's why he says be sober. Sober don't mean just, not being an alcoholic. It's talking about be focused. Because when you drink, you're not focused as you would be not drinking. Really. Wherefore gird up the loins of your mind. That's your thinking. That's why it says be sober, be focused. And hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation, the revealing of Mashiach Yahushua, as obedient children, not fashioning yourself according to the form of lust in your ignorance, not knowing the things you were doing before. That old man, that old woman. You got to become a new creature. You got to be born again. You got to know these scriptures. You got to know the word of the Most High to have a relationship with him. How you have a relationship with him? See, you still trying to say you got a relationship with him in your own mind, in your own way that you always have been, and you think it's going to work for you, it's not going to work for you. You got to change. You got to go into these scriptures. You really have to go into these scriptures. And go through these lessons and go through spiritual awareness so that you're not a backslider. You're not going backwards. You got to keep going forward. We can't go backwards. I'm not going backwards. Somebody told me to go back. I said, I can't go back. I'm not going backwards. Got to keep going forward. I got to keep allowing the Spirit to work with me to continue to bring me forward, not going backwards. I go backwards because I got to review for someone that don't know where we was at a month ago, 2 months ago. That's only backwards I'm doing. But as far as the Spirit is concerned, I got to allow the Spirit to continue to work. You can understand more of what the Most High wants us to do to change us. See, the whole thing, you can know whatever you want to know, but if you ain't changing, if you that same person you was last year, you've been in this truth 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, however many years you've been in, and people say you the same way you was when I first met you, you better check yourself. For real. Before the Most High check you. The Mashiach Yahushua check you. You don't want the Most High to check you. You don't want the Most High to check you. Believe you me. Believe you me. Hebrews 10:31 says, for it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. See what it said? For it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Fall into the hands of the Most High. But call to remembrance, verse 32, the former days in which after ye were illuminated. Only way you're going to be illuminated is to have that light. All praise his holy name. Only way you're going to be illuminated is to have the light. Ye endured a great fight of affliction. Some of you ain't never went through the affliction yet, or you ain't went through enough afflictions, and you're going through the affliction, you ain't realize why you're going through the affliction, because you ain't doing the right things. And you still doing the same way you always done it, and you still going to be going through the same old. It's like you're not even in the truth. There's got to be a change. You got to stop being wicked. You got to stop doing the things that you've done as an old man, an old creature, not being born again with the word of the Most High. How much do you meditate on seeing things and going through the scriptures and say, wow, that's just like that scripture. That's just like this. That's just like that. That's how you start to get closer to the Most High, because you're bringing him into your worlds. Because you got many worlds. You got all kind of worlds. But you bring the Most High into your worlds by thinking about, okay, these scriptures. How does it relate to certain things? How do you be illuminated? How am I illuminated? How are you illuminated? How is this light shining bright in your life? Or are you just here for a certain purpose, you know, and the Most High gonna smash you if your purpose is not for him? Like I just said, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Most High. That's why he says in Hebrews 10:31, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Say, but call to remembrance the former days. When you started to first hear this truth, those that are in the light, somewhat. It says, in which after ye were illuminated, ye endured a great fight of affliction. That's why I tell you, when you come to serve the Most High, prepare thy soul or spirit for temptation and constantly endure. You're going to be dipped in the fiery furnace of affliction to prove you. I mean, that's why I say you endure. But have you been through the fight of afflictions? You think a lot of these afflictions that you're going through is because you caused them yourself. We put these afflictions upon ourselves because we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. You're not following the rules and regulations or the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. He's giving you a guideline. Are you following them? Or are you just here listening, and then you go after the book is closed, you're going to do your own thing? Then you're going to suffer. Listen, verse 33. Partly when ye were made a gazing stock, both by reproaches and afflictions. You know, disgraces and afflictions. People looking at you all funny. Oh, why you got that robe on? Why you got them fringes on? You know, why you speak like you speak? Why you ain't with everybody else out here getting high and drunk and acting a fool? Because your mind has been illuminated. You have become a new creature. You should be talking about the high. Ain't nothing more powerful than the truth. You should be talking about the higher understanding that you have in what it is that you're hearing. I mean, what is it that you talk about? What is it that you're really concerned about? The world? You're concerned about the world of the world that everybody else is concerned with? That's your conversation. Do you have to take the opportunity to talk about what it is that's needed to bring our people out of that darkness, that ignorance, that's being stupid, and a sightless child, as the Most High calls us, amongst other things he calls us worse than that, to change, to make that change, and help someone else make the change. You gotta have to see a difference. If you're the same person you always been, then get ready for this, get ready to be the ashes that we're gonna walk on. And those that's gonna be part of the righteous that's gonna make it, to be able to do that, if it's the Most High will. It say, verse 33, Hebrews 10:33, partly whence ye were made a gazing stock, everybody looking at you. And you're coming to the truth. Like brother be like, I ain't gonna put on no fringes, I ain't putting on no robe, I ain't putting on no fringes, but that's thing they haven't worn. And the people of old looking at you like, what's up with you? What's going on with that? You know. Or they talking against you because they've been Edomanized. All this world been Edomanized. They go by the way of the world. They love the world. You at war with the Most High, and you're the enemy of the Most High, as it says in the scriptures. Say, probably was you were made a gazing stock. Everybody looking at you funny. Both by reproaches, being disgraced, and afflictions. Going through all kind of afflictions. To prove yourself. And partly with you became companions of them that were so used. So you become friends, or, you know, you come together with those that have went through these things. And those that haven't went through it, then you come together with those that have been, that's what he's saying, those that have been through these things that can help you to make it through. But no, that's where the pride comes in, when you don't really want to reveal that you're dealing with these things, so you can get help to help you make it through. Well, you don't have to go through it as bad as those that have went through it can help you make it through. You still gonna go through it, because we all went through it. We all going through it, and we all going to continue to go through it. It's just how much affliction is the Most High going to put on you before you wake up. Or you be these ashes that we just read about on the ground. You got a choice, choose life or death. That's what he's talking about. Them ashes, we're going to be walking on, dead people, ashes, as he burned this place up. And they're going to be burnt to ashes. And the soles of our feet going to walk on the wicked and the prideful, that people that think that, okay, well, they got it together, but they really don't have it together. Well, they out there perpetrating as a Hebrew Israelite, but not really loving the Most High with all their heart, mind, and soul, and strength, loving the Mashiach Yahushua, and loving thy neighbor as thyself. Really loving their people as they should. And they need to be under somebody, but they claim to be leaders themselves, but they need to be really under somebody because they're not really capable of leading what's getting ready to go down on this earth. For people to follow. It's very important. That's why it says you got to be amongst those that's as you were, that have went through it. Some people ain't went through nothing. You talk about, okay, what have you went through since you've been in the truth? That the Most High brought upon you, not yourself, not yourself, but what the Most High brought upon you because of you just being in the truth. That's why going back to 1 Peter's first chapter and the 14th verse, they say, as obedient children, not fasten yourselves according to the former lust in your ignorance. Hear that? He wants to be obedient. He wants to do what he says to do. But as he which have called you is holy, he that have called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation. So we got to be pure and true, which is holy, in all manner of conversation. Because it is written, be ye holy, for I am holy. We got to be holy, because the Most High is holy. And he's called us to be holy. Now, if you don't want to, then that's on you. But there's a big judgment that's coming upon you if you don't take this to heart. Because the Mashiach Yahushua died for the sins of Israel, for our past sins, that we could have and be in this marvelous light that he's given us, to understand the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, and have faith in him going to the Most High on our behalf. But you just cast it to the side, then why should he come and show you his love, his blessing? Why should you sit at his table when you just taking it for granted that he's supposed to do this for you or for us, and we're not doing what we're supposed to do and what he's told us to do to please the Most High? It's not going to work. Revelations, the 3rd chapter, verse 15. Says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would that thou were cold or hot. He wants you to be